This training video is about a right-click emulation on your Mac OS X system. On Windows machines, right-clicking is a fairly standard operating procedure, and when you right-click, you often get secondary or context menus. And on some Mac machines, indeed, you have a mouse with two clickers on it, and a right-click will indeed invoke the same type of menu. But in many situations, even on mice with two clickers, the right-click doesn't always work as it's supposed to. And certainly when you have a mouse with a single clicker on it, or you have a mouse pad or a trackpad, there is no right-clicking at all. So we need to talk about briefly how to emulate a right-click. And the standard way that that's done on a Mac, on an OS X system, is by using your control key. So with Video Surgeon, anytime you encounter in the documentation or training videos a request to right-click, if you can't do that on your mouse and if it doesn't work, then hold your control key down and then click as you normally would and see if that will emulate it. If that does not work, then try your command key, because it does in some cases work with your command key. And if that fails, I would strongly suggest that you go to Google and type in your OS X version as well as the system that you have, and then add to that search right-click emulation and see what it says, and see if you can determine what you might need to do on your system. As we conclude this training video, let me just show you three specific areas in which you're going to want to be able to right-click. The first is for moving or dragging the main video around on the screen once you've zoomed in. If you're not zoomed in, obviously you see what you see. But once you zoom in on the screen, you might want to move or recenter the frame that's on the screen. And to do that, you need to be able to right-click. So if you right-click, you can drag this and move it around. A second is when you right-click over top either a marker or over top these looping areas down here, you get these secondary menus. And one other feature that uses a right-click is the setting of loop points. If we left-click, we set the beginning loop point, and then if we right-click, we set the ending loop point. Although you can use the start and end loop buttons up here to set beginning and end, there are many times in which it's simply easier to left-click and right-click. So these are 3 or 4 different situations in which right-clicking is going to be useful. And again, it's something that you're going to want to be able to do on your Mac OS X system, so you need to figure out what that is. And if all else fails, certainly you can contact the help desk and we'll try to assist you with this.